Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the Risk Taker Sports College Basketball Picks and Prediction Show. I'm your host, Colby Covers, and I'm here to give you 5 college basketball picks for today, Saturday, February 22nd, college basketball slate. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss none of this content, and make sure you put your favorite college basketball picks in the comment section below. Let's get to it. In our first matchup, we got a top 10 matchup, Tennessee at Texas A&M. Tennessee comes in this game with a weak rest. As much as people want to write this team off, man, this is a good team, man. I still think this is a Final Four team. They dropped 2 games to Kentucky. They battled on the road against Auburn. In Vandy game, they just had a terrible second half. They did get blown out by Florida, but that was early in conference play, and they shot the ball terribly. This is a great defensive team, and I never count them out. As long as they can get stops and play good, I think they'll be straight in this game. Over on the Texas A&M side, this will be one of those first 5 minutes, and Buzz Williams he's already sweating. They come in off a road loss to Mississippi State by 16. They have looked good at home, but dropped the game against Alabama by 6 points. They do get a lot of second chance points. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the country by percentage via KenPom. This team is good, but their only quality road win or road conference win came against Missouri in a close one. And this team doesn't get a lot of stops, which keeps the other teams in a lot of games with them. Wade Taylor and Zurich Phelps must get some scoring going in this game, or it's going to be a long night for them. Like I said, Tennessee still has the number 1 top defense in the nation. They can't allow Wade Taylor and Phelps to get going or get comfortable in this game. They must force them to get a lot of shots from the outside, and which would help them create a lot of transition buckets. Like I said, Tennessee has struggled on the road, but I think their defense helps them in this game. This is an important game for them. They definitely need to win this one. So I actually take the plus 1.5 for Tennessee. In our next matchup, we'll take a look at Florida State traveling to Louisville to take on the Louisville Cardinals. This is the second meeting. FSU lost by 14 in the first meeting. Issues in late January have caused FSU to lack an average team this season. They're 7-8 in conference, and they look to try to make a season run to get a better seed in the tournament. Leonard Hamilton has consistently had solid defensive teams, as he always has long teams, some of the tallest teams in college basketball. This season, he sits at number 4. The road has been an issue for the Seminoles this year, not being able to get solid wins on the road. Over on the Louisville side, Pat Kelsey, he would definitely be my pick for Coach of the Year this season. Taking an 8-win team from last year and turning them to a 20-win team this season, that's pretty solid right there. Louisville is looking to stay in the top 3 of the ACC with a win over FSU. They are second in ACC efficiency, second in the ACC in offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency, sitting behind Duke. They dropped 3 early home games this season to Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Duke, but have been dominating at the KFC Yum Center since. All 3 of those teams are probably going to be NCAA tournament teams. Chucky Hepburn has been a great leader for this team, as well as Terrence Edwards, and I think they'll have a solid nights or solid games today. Louisville is a top 20 team scoring inside the arc, but the Seminoles' length might cause them fits in this game. It's hard to beat a team twice in the ACC, let alone in college basketball, and I think FSU keeps this game pretty close. I think they keep it within the 12-13 range, so I'll take the points with Florida State here. In our next matchup, we take a look at Longwood traveling to take on UNC Asheville. UNC Asheville comes back home looking to bounce back off a road loss to Radford. Over on the Longwood side, it's another down year for Longwood in the conference. They're sitting at 6-7, coming off a home win against Gardner-Webb, breaking a 5-game losing streak. They've struggled on the road in conference, only winning against Radford by 3 points in January. UNC Asheville, like I said, comes back home after a road loss to Radford. They got 3 games left in conference, and they're looking to lock up their second spot in the Big South. This team has been great at home, undefeated record, and their paint defense has been phenomenal, leading the nation in block shots. Longwood took the win in the first matchup by 3. Asheville starters fouled out. Longwood knocked down 29 of 39 from the free throw line, which I don't think is going to happen in this game. I think Asheville remembers this game. Like I said, they're coming off a loss to Radford. I think this is a beat down spot for UNC Asheville. I don't see a line out for them, but whatever the line is, I'm laying it with UNC Asheville. In our next matchup, we got another top 10 matchup. We look at Iowa State at Houston. Over on the Iowa State side, they come in on a 4-game winning streak. They haven't really had any offensive issues in the last 4 matchups. They've been able to score 79 points per game. They have shown weaknesses getting quality wins on the road, losing to Kansas, Arizona, and West Virginia, which all were not necessarily close. Iowa State does pose a top 10 defense in the country, and if they get hot, then it could get ugly for opponents. Over on the Houston side, Houston is another Final Four sleeper. This is a tough, gritty, disciplined team. Jawan Roberts is a dog. He'll definitely need to bring it today in this matchup. They come in on a 5-game winning streak and look like they're peaking right now. They're peaking at the right time. They're playing good basketball. Like I said, they're a top 5 defensive team in college basketball. They're able to get stops, and it's hard to play at Houston. They've only allowed 62 points per game in the last 5 games, which might cause fits for this Iowa State team. Like I said, this is another important matchup in the Big 12. Both of these teams are going to be good, making deep runs in the NCAA tournament. This should be a dogfight, a low-scoring game. I do think the 12.5 points is too much. So, like I said, I think Houston does take the win, but I think the 12.5 points is way too much. I'm going to take the point. In our final matchup, we'll take a look at UNC Greensboro traveling to Mercer. In the first matchup, UNC Greensboro controlled this game the whole game. And then they let Mercer come back at the end of the game and win the game. I think they'll definitely have that on the back of their minds. This UNCG team has been letting me down this season. They had the talent to do something special, but they've lost games that they just didn't come to play in. Especially last game against ETSU, that was just a debacle. It was a bad game. Over on the Mercer side, Mercer has struggled this season, not finding any rhythm. They have proved that they can compete and come back. Like I said, they were down 23 at one point in the first matchup, and they came back and won the game. They have had struggles against the top SoCon teams at home, allowing opponents to really get whatever they want in their gym. So that alone is making me look the other way. Like I said, UNCG has a good chance of being the regular season title champions. They do have to run the table, so this is a very important game for them. They had a bad performance last game against ETSU, and I think they come out and play way better. And I'm gonna lay the points here and take UNCG, take this win. And I think they're gonna run the table, and I think they're gonna be the regular season title champions as well. But in this matchup, I'll lay the points with them and lay the 3.5. And those are my 5 picks for this Super Saturday college basketball slate. As always, I want to leave you guys with a 3-team plus money parlay. On this plus money parlay, the odds are 131. Want to remember, we do these parlays to make sure we're staying afloat. We don't want to do super large parlays. We're here to make money, not lose money. So on our first parlay, we're going to take UNC Wilmington on the money line to sweep the season series against Hampton. Then we're going to take James Madison on the money line to get another win on senior night. And we're going to take Arizona to beat BYU off that blowout win against Kansas. These are my 3 teams that I'm taking my 3-team parlay today. Make sure you lock this in and let's cash together. As always, I appreciate you guys for stopping by and tuning in to the Risk Taker Sports College Basketball Picks and Prediction Show. I'm your host, Colby Covers. Don't forget, if you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you put your favorite college basketball picks in the comment section below. Make sure you bet responsibly, but always stay risky. We'll see you on the next one.